Did you know that some science facts you've always believed might actually be lies? We're diving deep into the wacky world of science myths. From brains to goldfish to the Great Wall of China, we're tackling it all. Stay tuned for the craziest, mind-boggling science facts. Get ready to have your minds blown. Okay, let's start with a real brainbuster. You've probably heard that humans only use 10% of their brains. But here's the thing, folks. That 10% brain power idea is about as true as a unicorn riding a roller coaster on the moon. Our brains are like supercomputers, constantly firing off signals and making connections. Every time you learn something new, it's like your brain is building a new pathway. If we only use 10% of our brains, wouldn't we all be, well, a lot less intelligent? Our brains are incredible, complex organs that deserve a whole lot more credit. Alright, let's chill out for a second and talk about the common cold. Have you ever been told to bundle up or you'll catch a cold? It seems to make sense, right? But here's the thing, colds aren't caused by cold weather, they're caused by viruses. Washing your hands frequently, covering your coughs and sneezes, and staying away from sick people are your best defenses. Remember, it's not the cold weather that gets you sick, it's those pesky viruses. Ever heard the saying, lightning never strikes the same place twice? It sounds pretty convincing, right? Like some kind of cosmic rule. But guess what? It's about as reliable as a weather forecast from a fortune cookie. Lightning is all about electricity, and electricity loves to find the easiest path to the ground. So if a certain spot, like a tall tree or, well, a lightning rod, gets struck by lightning once, it's actually more likely to get struck again. Let's talk about goldfish for a second. You've probably heard that they have a memory span of like 3 seconds, right? Well, get ready to be amazed because that's about as accurate as saying goldfish can fly. Goldfish are actually much smarter than people give them credit for. They can learn to recognize their owners, remember simple tricks, and even navigate mazes. So next time you see a goldfish, don't underestimate its tiny brain. Now let's talk about something that might make you cringe, cracking your knuckles. Have you ever been told that it'll give you arthritis? It's a common warning, but is it true? Well, the answer might surprise you. That popping sound you hear when you crack your knuckles isn't bones rubbing together, it's actually gas bubbles collapsing in the fluid around your joints. There's no scientific evidence to suggest that cracking your knuckles causes arthritis. Okay, let's blast off into space for a moment. You've probably heard that the Great Wall of China is the only human-made structure visible from space. It's a cool idea, right? Imagining astronauts gazing down at this massive structure. But here's the thing, it's not exactly true. While the Great Wall is incredibly long, it's actually pretty narrow. And from space, it's really hard to see. In fact, astronauts have said that it's pretty much impossible to spot with the naked eye. Let's talk about gravity for a second. Have you ever heard that if you drop a penny from the top of a skyscraper, it could kill someone below? It sounds kind of scary, right? But don't worry, it's not true. While it's true that gravity pulls objects towards the Earth, a penny is so small and light that air resistance would slow it down significantly. By the time it reached the ground, it would be traveling at a relatively slow speed, and wouldn't have enough force to kill anyone. Alright parents, this one's for you. Have you ever noticed your kids bouncing off the walls after a sugar rush? It's a common belief that sugar makes kids hyperactive. But here's the thing, it's not actually true. While sugar can give kids a temporary burst of energy, there's no scientific evidence to suggest that it causes hyperactivity. Studies have shown that kids who consume sugar behave the same way as kids who consume sugar substitutes. It's the excitement of the event, not the sugar, that's causing the hyperactivity. Let's talk about the moon for a moment. Have you ever heard that the full moon makes people act strange? It's a popular belief, but is there any truth to it? Well, not really. While the moon does influence the tides, there's no scientific evidence to suggest that it has any effect on human behavior. Studies have shown that crime rates, hospital admissions, and other behaviors don't actually increase during a full moon. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about water and electricity. You've probably been told that water is a great conductor of electricity, right? And it's true that you should never mix the two. But here's the thing, pure water is actually a poor conductor of electricity. It's the impurities in water like salts and minerals that make it dangerous. These impurities act like tiny bridges that allow electricity to flow through the water more easily. Well, there you have it, folks. 10 science myths busted wide open. Who knew that so many of the things we thought we knew were totally wrong? But that's the beauty of science. It's always evolving, always changing, and always full of surprises. So, next time you hear these myths, remember, science is full of surprises. Don't be afraid to question what you hear and to seek out the truth. And most importantly, never stop learning. Want to learn more crazy facts? Subscribe and hit the bell to never miss out. Until next time, stay curious.